All right, so I was on the fence whether I was going to actually record this or not. So I think I'm going to start, and we'll see what happens. See how it goes, all that stuff. So this is Classified France 44. Full disclosure, I have watched a few missions of this played by other players on YouTube ahead of the launch of the game, which was about a week ago. And I did not even know that it was available on PS5. That's how little I paid attention to that portion of it. So I'm very excited to see that it is. And so here we are. We're going to get into this, and we're going to start a new campaign. We're going to do regular, not elite, and we're not doing Iron Man. And I am going to leave tutorials on for both our sake. So the Iron Man I know for this is that manual saving is disabled and it cannot be quit, or missions cannot be quit or restarted. But the most important thing that makes this one so different is that if you fail a mission, you fail the entire campaign, which is crazy Iron Man difficulty. So not there yet. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and call this Go Witty. Cannot contain that. Cannot contain what? Oh, a space. Noted. I will leave spaces out for future campaigns.
We're parachuting into France to make contact with the Resistance. We're a three-man team with orders to set the country ablaze.
I do like this.
Tom King, a strung-out Britisher who likes explosives
method
a bit
of
too much.
Rather doing like cinematics, doing this kind of
scout, a quiet Canuck, and myself, Willard Cassidy,
time phase
who runs this
sketching
outfit on a captain's salary of $200 a month. My heart belongs to the Lord, but I am going into the shadows to fight a godless foe.
Jeez, that's
we
dark.
Drop. Things immediately go wrong.
As they do.
In high winds, we get separated, blown apart, well away from the drop zone. Tom and I land close together. No sign of our resistance contact, but the area's flush with Krauts. After we ditch our chutes, Tom and I find a farmer's barn to hole up in and check our bearings.
Okay. So this is where they're going to introduce some of the main mechanics of the game. Again, I am a little bit familiar with these. Have never controlled them myself, but
We should hold tight here till the heat's off.
The Fuhrer's flying monkeys have other plans.
Oh, so much for a warm welcome.
all right, so move the cursor over the highlighted cell and then press X. Okay, just getting an idea of... So, okay.
Moving out.
Switch to Tom by pressing R1, or you can highlight him. All right, so we're going to switch to him. And we're going to do...
Moving out.
We're going to go here, as they are asking us to. So action points. The actions available to you are determined by your remaining action points, or AP. In this case, you want your team to hold their positions without using their remaining AP, so you press that to end your turn. Interesting.
Enemy.
Then they do have a patrol speed up top, which, so I'll probably at least advance it once. It just makes the enemy's turn that much faster. I do like watching. I don't want to miss anything, so I'll probably not go to the top one until we're farther into the campaign. So here's introducing our basic bitch enemy unit. Air Private, trained soldier, rifles effective at long range. So it appears the green diamonds that are next to... Okay, they're talking about stealth attacks, so you can select your melee attack to show possible units. I do want to really quickly just mention so the little footsteps that are next to them means that they're patrolling. Whereas if you notice up here, these guys are all just eyeballs, and so that just there's indicators of. So example, this guy's got is scanning, I guess, and he's going to turn right on the next turn. So that's our anticipation. This guy's not going to move at all. Neither is this guy. Not going to even pivot. These guys are going to continue walking this way, as this arrow indicates. The red being where they can see. So let's use this to select our stealth attack. Press X on the highlighted cell to move and attack. So you can see that the red bar is going to go all the way to 0. So, and it says up top, it will create a little noise, and you can see there's a yellow indicator that's just conveniently does not have any enemies in it. But you can see if this guy down here was one step back, then when I killed this guy, he would be in that yellow, which means that he would be alerted. But if I go where they're asking me to go, he will not be alerted. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move up, and then he's going to stabby.
Hush now, Herman.
Stealth takedown. So the ambush meter, this is an important mechanic because it's controllable, but not entirely. Meaning that each time you silently kill an enemy, the ambush meter increases. When the meter is filled, your team immediately launches an ambush. That's the thing, is that it's not you don't get the ability to cast or use that ambush later and continue taking people out silently. It's as soon as it gets filled that everyone gets their AP back, and you basically get a turn to throw some damage on the enemies before they get a chance to go. So we're going to select melee again. I'm just getting used. Okay, it seems like it's a little tricky doing this with a controller, but we'll get a handle on it. And I'm sure there's also some additional potential controls where they're pigeonholing the movement a little bit more. You don't have as much flexibility. So you can use left and right on the D-pad to rotate the camera, and then up and down to zoom in and out. And it's not. Oh, I can also use. Okay, hold on. Interesting. Okay. So we are going to move up here into this bush. And you can see where the leaves indication, which means that if you are in stealth and you're in there, then you will not be noticed.
Swell, a target.
Yes, undetected allies are invisible. Once you are detected and you're in a bush, it does apply an accuracy penalty to anyone who tries to shoot you. I think it's 20%. It's considered obfuscation, something like that. All right, so let's take this guy out.
Chew on that.
What's that?
So he becomes suspicious. Okay, so it's not alerted. It's that he becomes suspicious. So he's going to turn to face it immediately. So he already turned, but again, we were undetected, so we're considered invisible, which is why it's not that the red vision indicator of the boxes is not over my guy. So we're going to take that guy out with our other guy, and again, this is going to be the 4th kill, so this is going to immediately put us into combat, and they're immediately going to be alerted, I think.
It's now or never. Weapons free.
So during the ambush turn, your team gains bonus accuracy. I don't know how much. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. And you only get 1 ambush turn per mission. That's important to note. So there. So you see how they all became active. It looks like we have 5 total enemies. We're going to use our hip fire action is what they want us to use. It only costs 1 AP, 1 action point. And it's a 100% chance to hit. I want to see... Okay, I can toggle details. So the ambush is 25%. 25%, so you can see base accuracy of 50%. We got the ambush and the mid-range. So we are in a decent... Well, I guess what I would consider to be a decent position for this. So let's kill. Kills confirmed.
Barely on solid ground and we're already painting the fields red.
So we're gonna... They're dictating where we're gonna go here, because I would probably be more... Well, I don't know. I would consider taking this flank and maybe overwatching this whole section, but again, we're in a training mission, so let's just do what they're asking us to do. We are going to do the overwatch. That's nice. So it covers your chosen area. When the enemy enters the overwatch, you make an attack against them.
Out you come, boys.
But one of the things that I don't know if they'll touch on it in here, but it says it down below. So you cover an area and shoot at one enemy within the zone. And unlike a lot of other games, specifically XCOM, it's not necessarily the first person or enemy to enter into your Overwatch. You actually, when somebody enters the area, you get a choice of whether you want to fire at them or not. So if there's a specific enemy, whether they're low or they're a medic or whatever, for whatever the circumstances may be, you have an option to take them out. Over maybe the grunt that ran in first.
No.
I need to press X. Oh, I got to do this. Okay. So see this little, this is my Overwatch area, and they specifically wanted me to make sure that I include that.
Negative.
Oh, apparently I needed to go, well, they want me to specifically to select that one. Yeah. These missions. And here we go. He should enter in.
Target.
So shoot or hold. Each time an enemy enters your Overwatch cone, you can choose to fire or save it for a different target. This target is completely defenseless, so let's take the opportunity to attack. So right here, X to attack or circle to ignore. We're going to attack.
Bad idea, amigo.
And down goes Herr Private.
Tom, you got a shot on him?
He's in cover, but I reckon I've got an angle.
So objects that are at or below waist height are considered low cover, and the chance to hit a target in low cover is reduced by 30%. It's only a 44% chance to hit because of the 30%. But again, they're confirming this, so okay, they want me to do this, so I'll do it.
Yes.
So they're going to introduce morale.
Missed.
So
I spooked him.
My turn.
okay, so morale's the blue bar below, and we have it, and they have it. So when any unit falls below 50% morale or below, they are suppressed. And suppressed units have halved AP, so they get half the amount of available action points, reduced accuracy, and they deal less morale damage. So it's an interesting addition to the typical mechanics of just, when you whiff a shot, which happens in these games, even when you're at 90% or 95% or whatever, there's still a logical reason to maybe take that shot, because you can potentially suppress them, and then we might go they might go into the next thing, but the next step is you can break them. So they want me to select my aimed action. It's costly, but it's accurate. Use it to suppress your enemies and pick off enemies at range. Okay, so you see how it's only a 54% chance. So the base accuracy is higher. It is close range, but that cover is still hurting us. But you can see the blue bar is almost gone. So we'll see if we land this.
I can do this.
Did not land it, but we did break him. And here we go. When a unit's morale falls to 0, it is broken, and broken units skip their next turn. So essentially, it's like a stun.
Securing the flank. Stop shaking. Remember your training.
All right, so we're seeing what they're doing.
He's broken. See if you can flank him.
All right, so you
Roger
see
that.
this. This is an overwatch from the enemy. They're on the left side of the house. Over there. All right, so they want me to go here. Again,
Moving out.
we're covering some basics. When your weapon is out of ammo, press square to reload. So you see on the bottom left there, I'm using a trench gun, aka shoddy, pump shoddy. And we need to reload, which is going to use 5 AP.
Reloading.
And so now I have 4.
Locked and loaded.
Flanking. So units who are not benefiting from cover are considered to be flanked. Cover icons turn red when flanked. When flanking a suppressed or broken unit, shots against them deal critical damage. So, again, if they're stunned, it's guaranteed crit if you hit, but also if they're suppressed. So there's definitely some like meta gaming to do. And the trench gun does not have an aim shot. It only has a hip-fire action. So that, again, makes him a little bit more of like a run and gun, which is great.
I see you, darling.
So you can see we have 50% accuracy, 21% mid-range, and we're flanking, which means he does not get that minus 30% to my accuracy. So 71%.
Roger.
Let's do it. And it was a crit, just like it said it would be.
That's more like it.
Good shot.
All right, it might free us up here now. Oh, no, not yet. All right, so they want me to come up here.
I see a straggler around back.
Yep. So yes, we're learning how to get into flanking positions. So this is going to cost me 6, so I'm not going to be able to move.
Clear that house out, pronto.
He's overwatching the door. I'll find another way in.
All right, so let's move
Moving.
our boy up. So units can break adjacent windows and open adjacent doors. Highlight the adjacent cell and press X to interact. So it's going to cost 2 AP to do it. So we're going to hold this down. And then I'm going to try to get in the habit of rotating here, because games like this can be severely brutal if you misclick something. So you can see I got a nice angle on him, 90%.
Jerry.
So 50% accuracy. You can see with the trench gun, I believe the previous was mid-range and it gave me like a 26% bonus to accuracy. Close range is 40. So obviously this is where I want to live. And I don't know by definition what's considered close. Obviously 2 squares away is considered close, but I don't know where that line is. We'll have to figure that out. I'm going to leave that on. We're going to do that.
Last round.
We hit a crit, which is great. So objects that are at or above head height are considered high cover, and the chance to hit the high cover is reduced by 60%. So that's where it's that. So you can see right now we're only 24% chance to hit from there. But if we go down here, you can see even before I moved, it went to 84%. So we're going to use our aimed fire here. And there we go.
I'm dry. Gotta reload.
Easy peasy.
Clear?
Clear. Aside from all the bodies, of course.
Of course.
Let's move out. We gotta get to that rendezvous.
Indeed. Vincent must be worried sick.
And we got a trophy. Get in, get out. All right.
After we escaped the dry gulch in the barn, we had to lie low while Adolf's fan club hunted for us.
Mm-hmm.
Tom and I shake off the Germans. We strike out to try and find Vincent and our resistance contact, Charles. Vincent's chute came down somewhere near a German radio station. I think things are about to get hotter.
I think so. Whoa. All right, so we're into this interface.
Here on the map. No sign of Tremblay or Belanger. They should have been here by now.
Jockey, this is Rocket. The Krauts have us pinned. We need backup immediately.
They're holed up at a radio station. Looks like we got a rescue on our hands.
Interesting. Okay, so select a mission. The map is divided into 10 regions, each with 3 segments. Highlight a region to learn about its ability. A new mission will appear in your current region of Picardy. Select the mission to continue. The briefing indicates the mission type. Assault missions begin in combat. Ambush missions begin in stealth with the ambush meter, which is what we just saw in that first mission that we did. And then stealth missions begin in stealth, and you have unlimited stealth kills and no ambush meter. So, nice little variety. Not always the same. And you can kind of, once we get a more fleshed out roster, we'll be able to kind of spec out guys for certain situations. All right, so I want to just, okay, so here, airdrops, you get 15% more supplies from missions. The locals gain access to better supplies, training, and support, allowing them to fend off enemy incursions for longer, which is nice. Allies get max morale, 10% XP. Enemy pieces do not increase costs. On ambush turns, that's very specific. Resistance strength. Oh, see, that might be kind of neat. You gain +1 reward from missions. That's kind of neat too. I might actually go for that right away. Okay, so let's go into this mission. Oh, okay. That allows me to switch between the missions that are available and the. Okay, so that gives us a better cure time. Okay, well, let's go into the mission briefing here. We select, we only have 2 guys. We only can bring 2 guys, so we're going to bring those guys. And I don't think we can do much of anything else. Everything else was locked out. It looks like on the reward, they're not telling us what we're getting. We have a lot of primary objectives. No secondary objectives, but a lot of primary objectives. So let's see what we can do. Helpful tooltips on the loading screen. All units regain a small amount.
Enemy! Vincent's pinned down.
Of morale.
There's too many. We need backup.
All right, so we're coming into this
out of there.
Hot. All right. Well, why they're already telling me what to do? Okay. Well, still kind of a training mission. Okay. So units have powerful skills to aid in battle. Use these skills. Using a skill puts it on cooldown, meaning it cannot be used again for a set number of turns. Rally restores the morale of all allied units. The skill is vital for healing suppressed and broken allies. So we kind of covered this before, but see how these guys, he's almost broken, and he is at the very least suppressed or very close to being suppressed. So by using this rally ability,
On your feet, boys. The cavalry's arrived.
I've never
they'll
been
get
so happy
20
hearing you
morale,
working.
and
Okay,
they have
let's
their
light 'em
AP both went from 6 to 12. Grenades. Unprotected units in the blast radius are automatically hit. Units in the larger frag radius are less likely to be hit, but will still take full morale damage. So we're going to select the grenade. And you can see the radius. So again, we're working on this right now. So like normally I would consider other placement like here, but they want to take out these two guys, so we're going to do that. So we're going to throw the Mark II grenade.
Heads up, Krauts!
Boom. 2 kills. And then, okay, so they're still dictating. I wish they wouldn't, but I get it. If I had not watched that gameplay, I would not know what I was doing. So, spray zones. Each weapon has a cone of fire, which may cause damage to units other than your intended target. This also applies to friendly units too, so watch out for friendly fire. That's very important. So we're going to use our hip fire action. Again, we're using the trench gun, which you can see in the bottom left. We're going to use L2 to select that. And you can see the cone. So even though I'm aiming at this guy, there's a 67% chance I'm going to hit the other guy too with this hip fire. So let's do it.
A message from the king.
And there you go.
Here goes nothing.
All right. Sidearms. Basics. Firing a sidearm is often cheaper than reloading your primary weapon. This makes them a good backup option and a cheaper means of attacking weakened or stationary targets. Okay. So we're going to use triangle to select our sidearm. And they want to switch targets. When aiming, press L1 and R1 to switch targets. Now try selecting the barrel as the target. So I have 100. So you saw if I try to shoot the guy, I only have a 14% chance to hit him. But and although that barrel is in the cone, it's just be to shoot the barrel and be done. So that's what we're gonna do.
Confirm. Had bloody good show. We
almost killed the one guy. Oh no, I did kill him. Suppressed him and then killed him. Okay. So we're going to select our aim fire action. And they want me to select this to shoot this guy, which is again it's a coin flip. It's only 50%.
too close.
And I didn't even suppress him. So now he's going to come in and he overwatched me. And then this guy's trying to get tricky here. And he is down. When the health of an allied unit is reduced to 0, they become downed. A down unit cannot act for 3 turns. After that, they will stand up and rejoin the fight. So they're gonna, again, have me...
Moving out!
Sidearms and flanking. All sidearms are hip-fire weapons. This provides more flexibility to flank when characters are using their primary weapon is limited to aimed fire. So we're going to, again, use our sidearm. Hip fire.
Okay.
This guy. And he paid for that.
I'm low on ammo.
And now we're going to move up here, which will use 5 AP and puts us in high cover. They want us to use our sidearm again. And this is an important thing to note too. All sidearms have the disruption ability, which means that all shots with your sidearm will cancel the target's overwatch even if you miss, which is huge. So, we are going to shoot this guy. We did miss. It put him into suppress, and it broke his overwatch. So we're going to get our boy up here. If a unit takes damage while it's down, they retreat from battle, approach and revive allies to bring them back to the fight immediately. So they're not like invincible when they're down. Bring them up.
Thanks.
Take care. You cannot afford another wound like that.
When a unit is down, they become wounded. If a wounded unit is downed again, they will retreat from battle. So we're going to go... So we got our boy up. We still have 9 AP. We're going to go over here. So Snipe fires a shot that reduces enemy cover and boosts your critical hit chance. The skill is great at flushing out well-defended or tough targets. So let's use that skill. So let's look at the details here. So it's 75% base accuracy, which is great. So let's... Yes. Yes.
We're clear. Reinforcements! We're not out of the woods yet.
All right.
Regroup! We gotta hold them back.
So your missions will often attract attention of enemy reinforcements. A timer will count down their arrival, turn timer. Enemies do not attack on the turn they arrive. Use this to your advantage and destroy the incoming forces.
I better
So I
patch myself up.
Okay, that's what I thought. So you can see this. I can't zoom in anymore, but that is a little med pack. So they're showing us this mechanic. So it's a pickup. So some items in the world can be collected for beneficial effects. Collecting a med kit immediately restores a portion of the character's health. So we're going to go ahead and hold
Just
X
what
to
I
grab
was
that.
looking for.
And we're back in business. So now we are free to fight. So we have to defeat the enemy reinforcements.
Magazine's almost dry!
So what I'm thinking is Overwatch costs me 3.
Moving out!
I think I'm going to go here. And then we're going to
Who? Me?
Overwatch. This area. Okay.
What's the plan?
And you can see above old Rocket here that he's got that little red heart, which means he was damaged or he was wounded. So I'm going to switch back to my main weapon. Oh, I was on my main weapon. I got it. Okay. Unfortunately, I should have probably brought him. I should have, in hindsight, brought him up to this position. That was not smart. I gotta be a little more patient. He's got kind of a sniper, so I think I want to go here. And then we will also Overwatch this area.
Yep.
And then I don't know that I can
Move it.
I think I'm gonna go here. I don't know if they're I don't know where exactly they're gonna go, but this kind of helps me fill in the gaps on that. Then I only have Rocket left.
Moving.
I'm gonna see what I can.
That's too close!
All right, so I'll just do that area, and then they're gonna come in, and we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully, we laid a good trap. They're just running in place.
Target.
All right, so you can see who I'm firing against. It's that 85% right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot. 85% is not bad at all.
Oh God!
Done.
I have a target.
This is a 70% chance, so I'm gonna take it.
We got a pin. Flank him. Ah!
And I
See a target.
was able to get the splash damage on the other guy. 46%? Oh, done. Press L3 to switch between ally and enemy cycling. Whilst the enemy cycling is active, press R1 and L1 to cycle through the enemies on the map and evaluate the position.
Stay strong. Fight on. I'm out. I have to reload.
So right now I only have one,
cooking?
so I can't. But
You want me?
and he's broken. So
Weapons
who
dry.
can get
What's up?
in there.
You need me?
You want me? I'm low on ammo.
I think I might just grenade this guy. Yeah.
Hand grenade.
More crowds on the horizon. They're not letting up.
Oh,
We gotta get
shoot.
out of here.
Well, if I had known there was
If we destroy
more
the radio
reinforcements
tower,
coming, I wouldn't have
there's
used my
enough time to
grenade
escape.
there.
I've only been in the country for an hour, and you're already speaking my language.
Our escape route is over there.
All right, so demolitions. Interact with the demolition point to plant an explosive charge, but make sure you clear the blast zone before it goes off. Your mission objectives are marked with an icon denoting their importance. Complete all primary objectives to complete the mission. So that's our escape route. That's where we're trying to get to. Extraction previews. You'll often be given a preview of the extraction zone once your primary objectives are achieved. This is where you would need to go to complete the mission. All right,
What do you need?
we do have enemies coming in here, and unfortunately, I've already used this guy's attack. So he's stuck there. No AP, can't get out. That's really, really, really unfortunate. I'm kind of wondering if I should leave these two guys kind of in a forward position
Oh?
and then use this guy to come plant that.
I'm ready.
He's going to need to
Yeah.
reload. Or do I just use him? Maybe I'll just use him. So I'm going to come here and open this door.
Moving out.
And I can get to it, but I'm going to be in danger of not being
Moving.
able to do much of anything else. So I think I'm going to stay here.
Yep.
I hate
yep.
I hate that this guy, I had him use
What's
his
the
grenade.
plan?
I thought I was out of that
Me?
mission. And this is where watching previous or other people play this doesn't really matter because I don't remember the details of these missions. Alright, so we need to reload. I'll need 3 AP to go into an Overwatch, which unfortunately that's too far. So I'm going to go here. And then we will
You need me?
Overwatch. Oops. Still. Okay. So I'm going to Overwatch over him. And hopefully
Taking my sector.
I will not hit him. We'll see how that goes. And then I will bring him
Moving out.
up. Which should give me, yep, enough AP to...
Taking my sector.
And unfortunately, I do not have enough AP to Overwatch with him, so that's going to end my turn. Only 2 guys, so that's the good news.
Enemy.
So this, I have a 32% chance of hitting my guy.
Taking the shot. He's
All
full
right.
of lead.
Cool.
Shall I
I
shoot?
killed him. I took morale damage off that, but that was it. And this guy is only a 44% chance, but we're gonna take it
No.
because you get the morale damage. So that's great. Okay.
I'm low on ammo.
You want me? My clip's
So my
almost empty.
question is, all right. So what's this? 85% chance that I'm gonna kill him from here. I could also back up a little bit. 85. I was gonna see. Still 85 even from back here. But I do want to... Firing does end my turn,
All movement.
so...
Enemy sighted.
I'm being flanked.
Let's see.
That's a thing.
Ah,
I'm out. I have to
85%! And I missed. So 73% chance. It's only a 54% chance.
Moving out!
I'm gonna move
They're
up.
on my flank.
They're on your flank. Who's on your flank? There's only one guy.
I'm ready!
All right. Well, I'm not sure why he's saying that, but
Roger! I've got a bead on him!
there it is.
Back the blighter! Last round! I need a refresh! Super!
Okay, so let's get
What do you
on
need?
to him. Let's
Moving out. Yeah.
let's
Get
plant
moving.
this.
She's gonna blow.
We're done here. Get to the extraction point.
Okay, so extraction, it turns green once all the primary objectives are complete. If your whole team is in the extraction zone, the mission ends successfully. So I need to get out of this area. Unfortunately, all this is still in the area. This isn't, which is convenient.
Moving.
So let's go there. I'm gonna run,
Move it!
sprint this guy down here. So we're gonna get more. They're gonna get more reinforcements.
I have to reload!
How much? It's 5 to reload, which is really unfortunate. I kind of want to feel like I'm a little bit of a sticky situation
Reloading.
here, so I think I might have to stay here. I mean, if I pull back, they're still going to come in. I'm not going to get hit by that blast, so I think I'm just going to do this.
Watching for targets!
Let's get back over here. So his accuracy isn't hurt all that. Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
low on ammo. I am
His
out of
accuracy.
ammo.
Oh, he's out. Okay, well that answers that.
Reloading!
And his accuracy isn't hurt by distance, so I think I'm going to pull him back
Mouvement.
here. And then we're going to also
Can I help?
Overwatch again. Oh, I keep on doing that. Also Overwatch this.
Vérifiez votre secteur!
I still have this guy. Who I almost feel like I should bring up to
Moving out.
this. Just to give them... I can't imagine that this is going to be all that
Area
useful.
covered.
But we'll give it a shot. And he's just got to keep moving. So we're going
Moving
to
out.
come down here and open this gate.
Moving.
Probably just get around here, and we'll end our turn there. All right, 2 more guys. They both fell on my Overwatch, which is great.
I see a target.
We're gonna attack that.
He's gone for a Burton. L'ennemi approche.
85,
Ah!
Oh.
Ennemi tué. Clean kill.
massive. All right, so now we can
Magazine's
start
almost
moving.
dry.
Yep, I know, but we can at least. Are we getting? Are there more? Doesn't appear as though we have any more reinforcements coming in, so we should be able to just full sprint out of here.
Moving.
Yep.
Oh,
Can I?
en mouvement.
Yep. And something I do know is that all your bros have to be in the extraction area in order for extraction to take place. So unlike like XCOM, where you could take out,
Moving out.
or you could have oh, they are sending more. But we've already defeated them, and I
I'm
think
low on ammo.
so. I can't quite get there, but we should be okay here.
Moving out.
So we're gonna need one more turn to get out.
What's
And
the
this
plan?
is-
Oui. En mouvement.
This is the learning curve, where we should have probably just left those 2, but you just never know. So I'll see, just to prove the
Moving
point,
out.
I'll bring this guy in here,
Oh,
You want
and I'll
me?
bring him in here, and I will end the
Moving.
turn. And see, they're still on the map. I don't know. When is this? Oh, maybe that's gonna go off when we
Magazine's
leave?
almost dry.
Maybe?
Moving.
Question mark?
What do you need?
At your service.
Let's get all our boys in the green
En
zone.
mouvement.
She's coming down, fellas.
Oh, there it goes. I thought that was gonna be on a timer. Like a turn timer.
Welcome to France, my friends.
I think I'm going to like it here.
And we did it. So we'll go back. We'll look at what we get on this.
An invasion is coming to free Europe from the Nazis.
Yeah,
We're here to prepare the ground for D-Day.
heard.
Our mission is to help the French resistance, to sabotage the Germans and build a secret army of patriots. We will form partisan groups behind enemy lines to tie up the Nazi war machine. When D-Day comes, they'll give our boys a chance to get ashore. That is our goal. Build a strong enough resistance to make this invasion possible.
Okay.
The
So
clock
that's
is ticking.
the
This is Willard Cassidy.
that's the big
Out.
picture.
We got a choice
Alright.
of 2 people to join our merry men. There's an Australian guy who has parachuted in and needs a hand.
Okay.
Here's some Bolshevik kid. He's got the student groups fighting for him. So, who gets the ticket for the Jedburgh Express?
So-
nonstop to Berlin.
This is kind of where
Now we
my
are all safe.
what
We
I
should check
watched
our
before, most of that goes away
Replacements are hard to find. Make sure you have everything you need.
because I know the playthrough that I watched, I believe they went for this kid, I think. Let me just make sure. Let me see what this is. Yes, I don't think. Yeah, so that the streamer that I was watching or the YouTuber I was watching went after the student. So we're gonna go after the other guy. So that way, this is a mission that I've never seen before, and we're all on equal ground. Real quickly, just because I really like this format, I'm going to go through the base camp and loadout, and just kind of go through those screens, and then we'll end the video, and then I'll start back up again with us heading out to go rescue that new addition to our team. So in the base camp, you can listen to characters talk, which recovers fatigue and boosts their max morale, which again helps you with not getting suppressed, getting broken, things of that nature. Select a character to open their loadout, where you can modify their skills, weapon skills, and appearance. So let's first listen.
What are you fighting this war for, Major?
Just warming up for the real Donnybrook. Me and my American-Irish brothers tearing down the British Empire.
Then I propose an alliance. After the war, you, me, De Gaulle, take London together and eat in Claridge's. Get Churchill to serve us wine.
That bum. He'd drink it
Oh,
all before he staggered to our table.
1940s humor.
Anyway, he's half American. He's secretly on our side.
All right, so we got a little max morale for the boys. All right, so let's go to loadout here. So you can see what skills they have. So he has so Crown has a medic skill, and then he's immune to critical hits. Even that's just his unique ability. So weapons. So weapon types are specific to classes, and you can unlock new and better weapons through mission rewards and faction liaison. So the more we build our reputation with any of the three factions, the more equipment will become available to us from their store, essentially. So don't have any other options right now. So the trench gun, we do have another weapon. We have this Wembley, which you can see the differences there. It does less morale damage, a little more actual damage, but the reload's more expensive, and it's got less ammo. It's only got 2. So I think I'm going to keep where I'm at. With that, we have the melee, and then we do have some grenade options. which I probably will explore a little bit more. So the standard grenade, which we saw, the satchel charge, which is a large blast radius, and this is the one that has a one-turn countdown, and both you and the enemies both can see the area that it's going to explode. And I do know that the enemies will try to avoid that area. In fact, I've never seen an enemy hit with it. So it's a good zoning tool. And then the sticky bomb, which is an anti-tank grenade, which makes me feel like we're going to be running into armor at some point. It's designed to stick to vehicles and can penetrate their armor, but it also has a very short throw distance. Reminds me of the old sock bombs from what was that? Saving Private Ryan. So we'll probably leave with the grenade on there right now. What I'm curious about is, we can also show details. So the grenade actually ignores 2 armor. This ignores 5 armor, but it detonates 1 turn later. And this ignores 8 armor, but it has a much smaller blast radius, and you can't throw it as far. So maybe this would be a little bit better for, well, honestly, for this class, because he's carrying the trench gun. But what I would like to see is, let's get into the skill trees. So there's a skill grid they use. Each time a character levels up, they gain a skill point, which they can use to learn new skills, active skills, which go on the bar, or passive skills, which provide automatic bonuses. You may only learn skills adjacent to skills you've already learned. So you can see they kind of split them up into 4 corners. So basically this is like at the top of your tree. So let's just look at those real quick. So 50% accuracy against vulnerable targets, which is great. The other major ones in here, you get plus 3 AP after killing an enemy with your primary weapon, which is kind of nice, kind of a little bit more of like a run and gun. Fortified is also kind of nice, so it will, after you kill an enemy with a shotgun, it's going to reduce any incoming damage by 2, making it a little more tanky. But he's also our medic, and healing is important. So we do not have any points to spend right now with Tom, but we'll go into, I imagine we're going to want to diversify a little bit. So I might end up, let's see what this does. Your grenades inflict bleeding. You get a second grenade. You can increase your range, and all allies gain 50% critical chance until the end of turn. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go to Cassidy. Let's look at him. So we have the rally, which we know. Self-rally. So let's look at the bottom corners here. 40% effect chance. 40% with your primary weapon. Effect chance determines the likelihood of a weapon triggering its special effect. Huh. That's interesting. So if we end up we see an opportunity to get a weapon with that, that'll be neat. Hero. Reset the cooldowns of all allies each time an objective is completed is pretty massive. That's a really great morale. So you can take someone from broken to 100%. And then you can give people AP. And what's this down here? Inflict exposed. So while a unit is afflicted with the exposed status, their cover bonus is reduced by 30% to a minimum of 0. So if someone's in low cover, you can just take them out of it, or you can make high cover equivalent of low cover, etc. No skill points for the sniper. Let's just really quickly. So shoot your primary weapon with a critical chance of 80%, and the cover bonus is reduced. March or die. It's just a way to keep me moving. Give you more AP. When shooting, each point of armor piercing ignores 1 armor. Right. So that's really nice. Shoot at a target to inflict stunned, even if it misses. That's pretty cool, too. It's a way to lock someone down. Okay. And Tremblay. He's our Blade Master. Let's see. Reset cooldowns of target ally. and submachine critical hit chance, and camo. Damage reduction 3% while in that's really neat too. So if you want to stay in the bushes, then you get even more. You get damage reduction on top of being harder to hit, which is great. All right. Well, I think that is probably going to end it for me, because I don't think we picked up any weapons or anything like that since we were so early on. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.